Getting up the road here, and wow, I'm going a little different way this time, and I think I outsmarted the computer, and I only hope, because I think I'm going to make a little better time getting out of here versus going a whole different way. But the truck and trailer are really buddied up, and really haven't gotten real high speeds yet, but so far it's really it's a no-brainer. Anybody that knows about trucks, a diesel truck towing a trailer is a huge difference. And the truck being such a heavy-duty truck, that trailer isn't pushing around. That's the only downside to half-ton trucks, is that heavier trailers push you around a lot. I'm not saying you can't manage it, but I mean, that's just a known fact. Now, Power Boost, I mean, it did a phenomenal job towing as far as the power goes. Fuel economy sucked. As far as the trailer pushing around, not too bad. I mean, it's a very good truck. And just irony of how that all played out. But until I get up really higher speeds, can't say yet how I feel about the truck yet and the fuel economy. Through Tampa here, a pretty city down here in Tampa, Florida, and the amount of construction, it's just beyond believable. It's just what's going on in society, and how the growth is not stopping. There's cranes and new high-rises and new apartments and condos and hotels and homes, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So, as we head back to Virginia, where we're going to go from being 71 degrees, probably to 40 and 50 degrees, and the rain, that's too bad. Wow, I'm forgetting about all my platinum features. This has the massaging seats, and I've got my adaptive cruise control. So wow, that was one of my biggest complaints about that platinum F-150 Power Boost, how I didn't get all the platinum amenities of the massaging seat. It was so bad for how much money I paid for that truck, and you didn't even get all your amenities for the platinum so-called stuff. So right now we're 65. I don't know if we're going to see the real fuel economy yet or not. So what do you think it's going to be? Fuel economy, 11. I said it's going to be 9. I think it's going to be 9 something. That's my guess. Maybe 10. If I can keep that, I'll be very happy. Range 556 miles. We shall see. She's just hauling butt now. You know, what's pretty interesting is this doesn't walk as much as some of my other F450s. That's always kind of been a complaint of mine with these F450s, is they tend to walk a lot. And so far, it seems to not be as much walking. And some people probably say, yeah, but it's a new truck. Yeah, but I've had all these new F450s. My biggest complaint has been that you're constantly having to move the steering wheel to keep her going down the road. She just kind of goes from one lane or one line to the next line. That's just a common front solid axle personality of a vehicle. So not too shabby, and we're really now kind of getting up the road because the speed limits have all opened up. So let's see now what type of fuel economy I'm getting. So there it is. So I really think my driving habits is going to put this thing in the 9. I think it'd be in the 9 range. That'll be my guess. But hopefully it stays more. Love the adaptive. Love the massaging seats. And it's really a comfortable, great riding truck and not too noisy. So we're getting up the road here. A lot of country out here. Just kind of tend to think when you travel around that everything's just so developed and it's all city, and no, it's not. I mean, down here in Florida, there's a lot of open country. Even for me, I'd think, how can that be? Florida just is so populated. But nope. When you watch my videos of us riding motorcycles, you see some areas just beautiful, open country. This is up near the Brooksville, Orlando exit, which if you got off there and you went west, that'd take you way back over where we were riding motorcycles, back over to the Route 19 area up there in West Coast, Florida. Look at all that mulch. Wow. Look at that. Incredible, right? There's your mulch, because spring is here. For sure down here, spring is here. Look at the trees and everything turning. So it's happening. Truck's doing great. We're rocking. Truck's handling really good. But it's when you drive these truck and trailer, you always got to be paying really a lot of attention. But the truck's nice and quiet, smooth. The truck and trailer, really good match. So really cool. Incredible how this all played out. That I ended up getting a Ford F450 truck down in Florida. I'm just trying to think out loud here. If this is my first official purchase of a vehicle actually down here in Florida. I think it is. That's hard to believe. I just thought of that. I think that Carl Flamer Ford is the first dealership I've actually bought something in Florida, meaning a vehicle. So they did a heck of a job getting that deal done. Which, wow. As we make our way back, look here, it's already showing 10:24 arrival, but that won't happen because we'll lose an hour of getting food, fuel. So I'm sure it'll be close to midnight. And the good news is, though, I can go a lot longer way. What are we getting on fuel economy now? Let's check it out. Yeah, what I tell you, with my driving, I think we're going to be about 9 miles per gallon. But we got a 40-plus gallon tank, so that's going to give me a good 300-plus miles. I should be able to go a good 300 miles. And 300 miles is a good amount of time behind the wheel of a car. So when I go to the bathroom or just take a little stretch your legs. So we should only have to stop, I would think, 2 more times for fuel. Maybe 3. But compared to how many times did I stop coming down? Like 9, 10. So this should be borderline like a third of what I did going down. Hitting 301. It says US 441, but this really is Route 301 that runs up and down the eastern seaboard, kind of like that Route 1. This is just pretty country. This is Ocala. This is the rich man's world here. This is where the rich and famous live. I think John Travolta has a place down here. It's horse country. So if you're a horse enthusiast, you know this is where some of the Saudi Arabia people, the elitists of the world, fly in here and have these world championship horse events, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. As we get up the road, and it really is a road unless you kind of just keep on rocking. How are we doing on the fuel? Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Fuel economy 9.4, so well, I'm about right what I figured. And there you go. Look at that big ass horse farm over there. Just beautiful country. Yeah, when I live in this area of Florida, that's for damn sure. But my downside is you're really far away from the water. Well, I guess not. There's probably, unbeknownst to me, other lakes or whatever you want to call them. But it's, once again, just beautiful. Got the truckers rocking and rolling. A lot of people take this off that 95 and Route 10. I didn't do this for many years. I used to take 95 to Route 10 all the way over to Route 75. And I mean, that literally adds 30-40 minutes at least, if not more, to your driving. And this is a little bit more scenic, so it's kind of nice. As we get up the road, and more horse country here for you. So I say it's a lot of country here. Ocala is just a beautiful area. Temperature's still in the 70s. So when will we hit the 60s? I wouldn't think we'd hit those until probably North Carolina, would be my guess. I don't even know. Nice scenic route for anybody coming out of Florida to go to the West Coast. Come down 95, and there's a trick to getting on 301. It's like an exit 200, just about 4 or 5 miles after you get into Florida on 95 South. And if you take that 200 road, it turns into 301 once you get up to Route 10. Or you can take 95 to 10 west and then hit 301 south. But it's a really great scenic route that gets you off of 95, off 75, and it's very efficient. So anybody out there who travels, just a little courtesy of how you can maybe get a little better scenery. And you go through a lot of these older towns. And they do have a lot of speeds and from 65, 70 down to 55, 45, 35, and cops do sit in these towns and get you, so be careful. Kind of went from the rich to not so rich area. Everybody kind of knows those stories. I'm sure of that. And this has a lot of history. Like, just think about the motels. Think about the 60s, 70s, and how much business a lot of these off the main drag used to get. There's a whole bunch of bikers over there. So does all the Daytona Bike Week start to happen? Will we start to see a lot of people heading south for the Daytona? Yeah, in so many ways, some people I'm sure would be like, you should have stalled going down and timed it better to be at the Bagger Racing and to be at the Daytona Bike Week. Don't disagree, but it's all about time. So, it's just all about time. There's all the orange juice shops. Between the pecan shops and the orange shops. Cleaning that area out. What's that all about, right? And as always, road work. Who know these stories? Never ending. It's all sand. How far down do you dig before you hit water, right? There's some living there, isn't it? What's tons of trailer parks, tons of RV parks down these areas. And now we're going over a major water infrastructure. So it's saying, living on Ocala, I guess you can go boating into this big lake or whatever it is. You don't really see it though because we're at such the same level. So you wouldn't even know if it wasn't for my navigation. You wouldn't even know there's a big body of water over there. I wouldn't. We'll go over this bridge here, but yeah, it's a lot of the marsh. I don't think it's more marsh. Better have an airboat. I don't think you'd be taking a regular boat out. going through Tree Valley, not Thunder Valley, but just think about it. Wasn't for them taking down all the trees, you'd be driving through the trees, the forest. Once again, just a beautiful day. So temperatures, now it's 70. So it's dropping. So maybe in Georgia, it's 60s. Oh, wow. So there is a big, like, water. I just passed, like, a RV boat park, like marina. So that's pretty cool. So if people live down here, they can pull up their RV or their boat and go boating. That's pretty cool. It's right over here to the left. Yeah, shut my phone on because I could have shown you the nice atmosphere that they had. Kind of getting up the road now. People start really kind of nailing it. And be a little careful. There's the railroad tracks. What's pretty neat about the 301 thing is you really kind of feel like you go back in time, because there's just so many old buildings and old businesses. I mean, you truly feel like you're driving through like the 50s and 60s and 70s. That's why I kind of like taking it this way, because it's just a little bit more, I feel like, just good old, the good old days. Because I grew up in the 60s and 70s and 80s. And to see some of these older towns try to kind of modernize, that's peculiar as well. I mean, look at this old restaurant. I don't think it's that old, or is it? And of course, you see a lot of businesses that have closed up. And there's Gainesville. That'll be the Gator Nationals. One is NHRA startup. I'm sure it's this month. Hard to believe that the Gator Nationals are here. So here you go. It's like the tractor trailers blocking your view, but oh well, it's an Amazon guy that's wanting to get things up the road. So they actually redid this 301, so they kind of diverted you from actually some older parts of 301. So they kind of made like a bypass. Like, what the hell is that? I mean, that was like an old telephone switching station. Now we've gone to the concrete road. So what guy got what person got in the pockets of the politician to put in the concrete road versus the asphalt? And for us, we're usually coming the opposite way when it's getting dark. When we travel in the summer months, late spring months, we'll see the scenery. But when we come down here in the cold months, it's usually dark by the time we hit this area. So you don't see all this. So if you're traveling winter months and you're not getting in this area till 6-7 o'clock, it's probably gonna be dark for you. Hard to believe that daylight savings time is, I believe, this coming weekend. Wow. It's incredible how fast time goes. And they've already been cutting grass down here. You can see the spring has sprung down here. around all of us. The Penske guy's not being very nice. He's just hogging the left-hand lane. Is he going to move? Is he going to move? Does he go for it? He does not. Another thing that's really nice about this 301, typically it's not real heavy with traffic, so you can kind of get up the road. So it kind of gives you a break for that 95. That 95 can really wear you out, especially during the holidays. And the traffic isn't too bad. I mean, back on 75, there were pockets of kind of heavy traffic, but nothing radical. So once again, this 301, it's pretty wide open. I thought for many years it was lots of lights and intersections, and I just never realized it was this open. So that makes it so it's much more accommodating than you realize. And your Waze or whatever you have sometimes will direct you down these roads, but a lot of times it won't. What?
Do you want to know what would be really fun?
What?
If we were driving to Tennessee now and we stayed a week there and we rode our motorcycle.
Yeah, sure would be if we didn't have to pay the bills.
I know.
Have to work. Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Well, I know we've done that before, but it's been like a different schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do that again, baby. How you doing on having to go to the bathroom? Are you okay? Want to stop up here at the Loves at the big intersection?
I don't have to go, do you?
Just checking.
Okay, I don't.
All right, we'll keep trucking, baby.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There you go. The kid can't get enough. The kid can't get enough fun time. Yeah, can't get enough fun time. Like, yeah, well, eventually you have to go back to work. Just keep on playing. Yeah, I know. I'm with you. Yeah, wish that was true. Yeah, I'm not retired. And I got too many things to take care of back up north, so, but we'll make the best of it on the adventures of the Leave Conversations Day. As we're getting closer and closer to getting out of the state of Florida, and I think we may be out of Florida by noon. Maybe. We shall see. Here's another quaint little town here on the 301 Trek Day. Trekking away. Another hotel. See at the Board of Leave, those are rentals. That ain't no hotel no more. Looked like a hotel, but those people renting rooms. Alachua County. Alachua. Sounds like native. Train tracks galore, that's for sure. There's some really good wood, I guess. Artwork wood. This old junkyard. What is that place? A repair place? Who knows? Wow. Right? Wow. You just look at some of these places. You know, it's incredible. When I ride around, how many desolate places you see. But if you just kind of watch TV and I think so many people just think that everybody's above board, above water. And sadly, that's not true. Sadly, many, many people are struggling. Way back there. Way back there. I don't know if that was storage. Look at this. Dunkin' went into that pilot. I don't remember Dunkin' Donuts being in that. As always, the Dollar General store. And Waldo Farmers Market. So is that place a happening place on the weekends? Cool. 305 miles. Now, if I was driving another truck, I definitely would have already stopped at least once. And probably be coming up with my second stop. You ever just think to yourself, who owns all this open land? I mean, sincerely, who owns it? Is it state-owned? Is it privately owned? I mean, what's the value of this property? Just it's so isolated from the infrastructure. Like, look at that, look how green that is. So, I mean, somebody's fertilizing that, maintaining that over there. But you just have to believe in so many ways. You know, what are you going to do for a living? But the remote working's changed that. So you could live out here in a less expensive area. Oh, great. That's not good. Yeah, that was my dental. I got a dental appointment, and I'm like, ain't gonna work right now. Just too much going on. So I had to reschedule the dental appointment, which isn't a big deal. But I just remember, like, oh yeah, that ain't gonna happen. It's always about the cars and trucks, and all that stuff. Pretty incredible how it truly is. The spring has sprung here in Florida. And I'm sure some people think, yeah, but it's always warm per se in Florida. But no, I mean, truly the trees are budding. And so, yeah, so down here, which from up where we are, we won't see this till probably at best middle of April. I would think we're still a good 4 to 6 weeks away from what Florida's already experiencing of the spring weather, spring growth, partaking. If you come into Stark, Florida, what is it about Stark, Florida, that people make fun of Stark, Florida? Starke, Florida. What is it about that? The RV place. Pick up yourself an old RV, right? Yeah, I'll pass on that. Yeah, we worked on the boat yesterday. My brother and I worked on the boat, and it's still got problems. I spent the day yesterday helping my brother replace a switch at the battery house. I bought a new switch, and blah blah blah. At the end of the day, I don't think it's a battery switch. So, my poor brother, I guarantee you, whoever jumps on the boat and looks at it, tries to figure it all out, it'd be $300 bill, not $500. Just too much stuff on that Scout boat. In hindsight now, I wish I would have bought a dual console. More, just a single motor, more open, just more basic boat. Why I learned about the single console and basically the fishing boat with dual motors, and there's just so much technology on that boat. As it gets older, it's going to be more challenging, and it just is more expensive to maintain. So, but oh well. As we get up the road here and into traffic, and the tractor trailer guys are kind of hogging the road. They're doing the 2 up, and one guy needs just to move. See, Stark, Florida. What is it about Stark, Florida? Look at all this building material. And here's a Ford dealer. And this seems to be like the only major brand dealership in this area. That was a nice black Ford. So Davis, what is Davis Industries? They build, I think, trailers. Tractor trailers, I think. See, downtown Stark. This is where they have the roundabout that makes it so you don't go through other parts of the old 301. So it kind of takes away. There's a tractor trailer guy. I don't know if he notices, but got a red light up here. So thank you, buddy, for getting over, because we can rock and roll once this light turns. Or do we? There we go. See there? Got a Virginia native right there. How about that? Come on, dude. You guys getting ready to drive right into me. More open country. Now, I'm not going to video a lot more of just me riding down the road. So if you watch my channel, this isn't going to be just hours and hours of you looking at scenery. I just wanted to really focus on the 301, the history of 301 in Florida. It just kind of intrigues me. Alligator Creek, what do you think that's all about, right? There's just so many pockets of water in Florida. So we'll get back up the road here now and kind of get going, and there it is, Stark. So this is all new, and it diverts you from going through the other towns that had a little bit more of a character to get you even more of the historic 301. There you go. Get this, 67 degrees out. Wow. So before we got out of the state of Florida, it may be down to 65 degrees. So as we head north, wearing the t-shirt, being lightly dressed is going to probably all come to an end. I think I got my gear with me. Got my jackets and pullovers, and I'm sure before the day's over, I'll be in that stuff. Back to the heavy stuff. And probably won't be wearing sunglasses. So, like I said, I'm not going to do a whole day's worth of videoing of me showing you driving down the road. This is going to be pretty much it once we get up close to 95 and get off 301, and then we're out of Florida. I may just make a little blip here and there of, hey, we hit Georgia, we hit South Carolina, North Carolina, hey, we're in Virginia, and kind of leave it at that. And for the daughter, she's got a pretty busy schedule. Not only did she have to be back on the job tomorrow, look at this here though. It's just crazy. Just wide open. Daughter, she's got to get Kiefer tomorrow from a trainer. Now, Kiefer's been with the trainer for over 3 weeks. And we're going to get her, she's going to pick him up tomorrow. And then she's got to spend time to kind of get in tune with the training that the trainer's been giving Kiefer. So, good old Kiefer boy, I wonder if he thinks that we abandoned him. I wonder if psychologically that dog feels like he lost his home. Wouldn't that be interesting? It really will be. And how he acts as we rock and roll up the road. People really are rocking and rolling. I got people coming up at me. They're wanting to do about 85 miles an hour. I'm not the fastest of the bunch by any means. Oh, I think we're coming into the prison town. I swear this is the prison town. I don't know why. Well, I think you see a building with fencing and barbed wire all around it, if I remember right. This is where the cops usually sit. This little town right here is usually the town they'll get you. Oh, there you go. Coming up to Route 10. So kind of the historic part of 301 is kind of now come to an end. Because on the other side of 10, 301 continues all up to 95. But it's more of a new road. So it doesn't have that historic 301 look to it. But I'll show a little bit to you as we get up the road here. Okay, we're up here at Love's, up here, right here at Route 10 and 301. So, up near Jacksonville, Florida. So, doing pretty good. She did get gas too. She got something to eat. So, look at that. She burned 12 gallons of fuel. And I burned, how many gallons? 22. Close to double. Truck's good, trailer's good. But I keep on smelling this smoking, like a smoke. I just smell smoke, so I'm going to stop. I don't know if I have the trailer tires too tight, but if I have a stoplight, it smells like smoke. So let's keep her going on the Leave Adventures from Florida to Virginia. My good friend Tim called me, and he was talking, so it was great to hear from Tim. The Leave videos, so he called me. He's like, "Come on back to freeze your ass off." I'm like, "Yeah, right."